In this video, we'll focus with AJAX on how you can work to select data and of course update the existing data. So that's very important. So right now we learn how we can create or insert data in a database. So that's one part of AJAX, and now let's focus more on updating data in the database. So what will we do? Well, first of all, we need to start and echo out the values here. So you can see these values here. This is a hard-coded text. What we want to do now is we just want to get one of the database rows here to be shown, and then after that we will start to work with that to update that. To do that, we first must create a PHP select data connection. So we're just going to copy all of this quickly. And this one is fine, so I'm not going to be very picky regarding to this. We just select this one here, the MySQL object-oriented version. Maybe you want the other one, the PDO, that's fine as well. Just select which one you prefer. In my case, I'll just spend on this here. I will spend here as less time possible. I assume that you do have certain knowledge regarding to this. Now, we copy that. We go back here, and you can see here we have our updated data or our values here. So between here we can start and work with our selected data. So what we'll do is this, and here we have to pay some attention. First things first is to get this connection running. We have already a connection. Remember, we use the db config. So just make this quickly done. Alright, so these are all done here for going to the passwords. This is all done. And then it says here select. What are we going to select? Well, I'll use the wildcard for now. Yes, that's an asterisk. And you can use the specific columns. Most of the time they do recommend to use specific columns to lock or restrict people regarding to this, because using wildcard means you have full access on every column. But in our case it's just simple. And then we select from what is the table. Let's check what's our table right now in our database. Our table name is username for user info. So that's the table. So we say select from user info. Yes. And then we have the result. We can have this. You can see here. Then once you have this result, it will show here. Of course, it will loop through the values. And what we want to do now is, of course, just remove all of this. Yes, we don't want any of these. But we make here the open and closing PHP tags, and what we'll do is we just copy this and paste this in here. So we will get these values out of it. So once we did this, we just want to do one more thing here. We want to restrict, because you have to imagine if you want to update data, basically you want to update probably one single data, or maybe you are, imagine you are the user, you want to change your username or your last name or something. How can you do that? Well, then you must normally be logged in, so they have like information who is the current person who's adjusting it. Yes? So what we'll do here is we say select user from, assuming that we know who's the user who's going to log in or who's adjusting it. So we say here where, so we were going to filter it, where ID or user ID equals number 1. Yes? Assuming that John is logging in and John wants to change his last name, where user ID equals 1. So once we did this, we have to only include, and we can get the inclusion from the AJAX, which is this part here. We need to include our password and db config. So I'm going to get that, and we will just put it up here in the top, which is a nice place to do this. PHP include, paste, and then we have a double include here, just remove that one. And there you are. Alright, so once we save this, let's see if we can get the values out of this. Well, almost. We have to do here the following. So I will say here, I'll make a PHP, and we need to echo out. So we say here, echo $row, and then in here the bracket will say first name. And we will do the exact same thing for the last name. You can do it like this, or you can do it in a different manner regarding to things. It doesn't matter for now. Focus is just to get these done here. So once you have the title, you see the numbers. Later on we can just do an if statement with the title to say sir or ma'am or undefined. And here we say last name. Let's copy all of this and let's check if we can see it if we save our updated file in the main AJAX file here, just in the main. Save that here, refresh, and now as you can see, we can see number 1, which is the title, new user John, meaning that if we would adjust this, for example, to wrong, yes, so for wrong input, so you say wrong John. All right, that works beautifully. Next video, we're going to focus on how you can update our incorrect information here of the user.